Very good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. 5 political parties convened today in Suva to display their disapproval of the way USP's Vice-Chancellor and his wife were deported. The party leaders claim that the ramifications of such actions will not be in favor of Fiji. Pal Ahluwalia was at the event. Filed this report.
The leaders of the opposition parties strongly condemn the midnight arrest, detention and deportation of the University of the South Pacific Vice-Chancellor, Professor Pal Ahluwalia, and his wife Sandy Price on Wednesday night.
6 representatives from the 5 political parties rallied together to condemn the deportation process of Vice-Chancellor Pal Ahluwalia and his wife. NFP leader Biman Prasad claims that the USP saga started when the video report was produced.
The leaders note that the saga at USP started when Professor Pal Ahluwalia uncovered mismanagement, corruption, nepotism at the University of the South Pacific, and subsequently those matters were raised in the council. The independent video report was produced, and the council took the responsibility of dealing with those allegations and the findings of the video report. Unfortunately, it appears, and it is now a fact, that the Fiji government disregarded the decision of the USP Council and tried to push its own agenda and to get its way in the way it felt and interpreted the video report.
SODELPA's deputy leader, Suva lawyer Filimoni Vosorongo says the deportation letter lacked specific details, but was needed to clearly explain the reason behind the deportation notice served to Professor Pal.
One looks at that letter, you would obviously see that it lacked precise particulars of what they have alleged against him. It lacked specificity that is required of a person to know what he or she has been alleged to have conducted himself in. That is in breach of public order or the other criteria under the Immigration Act. Now, obviously they had not been given the right to be heard about these allegations because they received that letter and got whisked away immediately.
The former Prime Minister Mahendra Chaudhry, Fiji's former governor of the Reserve Bank of Fiji, Savanathan Narumbe, and the Freedom Alliance party leader, Jagath Karunaratne, all condemned the way the Immigration Department handled the deportation of Professor Pal and his wife.
I can talk about economic ramifications. We all know the many people that are employed at USP. If this institution leaves our shores, what happens to them? What happens to those that serve us at USP? What happened to their business? And what happens to the students that are educated? What happens to their future? And then on top of that, we have the bigger picture of our image, our reputation in the region and internationally. It is now shattered, unfortunately.
He had the support of all the regional governments except Fiji, and he had the support of the people of Fiji at large. How can you accuse such a person of posing a threat to the security of our country? If anyone is posing a threat to Fiji and the well-being of its people, it is the failed Fiji First government.
The government must be warned in the strongest possible way. We as leaders are going to come together in solidarity, collectively or individually. This will not end here.
The party leaders confirmed that they will discuss this issue further with government in Parliament next week. Christiana